Weird.
I think by weird, he meant awesome. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another Spider-Man PS4 related video, and today is really exciting because today it is officially confirmed on the official Game Developers Conference exhibitor list that Insomniac Games will in fact be attending Game Developer Conference this year. However, they do appear at the Game Developers Conference every year, but it's just very exciting since this year is the year of the Spider, 2018, Spider-Man PS4 releases, and hopefully we may get a small update in regards about the game at GDC. And of course, huge shout out to Disco Playa for actually discovering this and sending me a link to this. Thank you so much, dude. Without your help, I wouldn't have even seen this, so thank you so much. Now, I did already do a video discussing where I personally think we could see Spider-Man PS4 appear at next at certain big gaming conventions, and GDC was one of those possibilities, and it's great to see that that is actually true. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it in the description so you can go check it out yourselves. But to restate, GDC actually starts on March 19th and ends on March 23rd. However, the main expo at GDC actually starts on March 21st and ends on March 23rd. And if you don't really know what GDC is, think back to 2017's PlayStation experience compared to 2016's PlayStation experience, where in 2016 we got really awesome game announcements, we got some cool new footage of games, and last year in 2017...
The total gameplay time is somewhere in the arena of 25 to 35 hours.
Whoa.
So...
Huge game.
That's big. I mean, it's not as big as his game, but I'm, getting there.
It's close.
That guy says it all. But basically, in 2017, the Paris Games Week Sony conference was basically their big version of the PlayStation experience, where they showed off new games and other stuff like that, whereas PlayStation experience in 2017 was basically another type of version of the Game Developers Conference, where it's nothing really big, it's kind of small, very humble, and just really cool talks about games, in-depth analysis, and Q&As about game development and all that good stuff, and that's basically what GDC is. It's definitely not E3, so just keep that in mind. So basically, if you go on the official Game Developers Conference website, there is a whole list of all the exhibitors that will in fact appear at GDC this year, and one of them is Insomniac Games. Now, however, there are 5 separate categories at GDC in which different exhibitors will appear at, and Insomniac is only appearing at 2 of these 5 categories, and those 2 categories are Recruiting and GDC Main. So, of course, Recruiting is that if you are actually able to physically attend GDC, you can go up and talk to people working at Insomniac and see if you can actually try and interact with people there, maybe intern there or something like that, which I hope I can do if I can actually be able to go at GDC, which would be very awesome, but we'll just wait and see about that one. And of course, the main one, GDC Main, that's basically that they are there to hopefully present some type of cool press conference / presentation thing that they've done in previous years, like with Sunset Overdrive, Resistance, Ratchet Clank, and etc. So hopefully they can do the same thing this year, and hopefully it relates to Spider-Man PS4. And cool enough, they do also have a booth at the convention, which is going to be very cool. However, of course, it's not going to be as big as it was at PSX, for example, with all the cool Spider-Man PS4 stuff that was at that booth, with the inner demons and the Spider-Man statue and all that. This is just very small, very subtle. I don't know if they're going to have a booth related to Spider-Man PS4 at all, but we'll just wait and see. But I do think it would relate more to their company itself of Insomniac Games instead of just focusing on Spider-Man PS4. But to get you guys in the mindset, I'm actually going to read another announcement from another AAA company that's making another PS4 exclusive, is Sony Santa Monica and God of War. So back in December of 2017, Sony Santa Monica put out a tweet saying, "Excited to have our lead level designer at It's Rob Davis speak at GDC 2018 about reimagining the level design for God of War." And then if you go to the main GDC website, this is what the description of his presentation is going to be. When the team sets to reimagine God of War, the game's core pillars transition away from combat, platforming, and puzzles to reimagine combat, narrative, and exploration. In the process, every step revealed new level design questions. How do you shift away from linear levels into a more explorable game? How will the new camera, combat, and mechanics affect layouts? How will the change to Norse mythology affect the world's design? And most crucially, how will all of this work with Kratos' son, Atreus? This talk details the process of breaking the rules from the previous God of War games and creating a new set of level design rules. And the takeaway of this talk states, this talk demonstrates best practices and techniques for creating levels which emphasize combat, exploration, and narrative moments in action-adventure games. In addition, attendees will learn development techniques for generating prototypes, ideas, and pitches, and how to turn them into interesting gameplay moments. And as for the main audience members who can attend this talk, it states this talk is applicable to anyone learning how to make interesting levels and gameplay. Whether you're starting a new game or working on a storied franchise, attendees will learn techniques and strategies to create memorable levels. So the whole reason why I just discussed the entire God of War part of GDC is that I do think that this will be the same thing for Insomniac in regards to Spider-Man. Now, a couple years before, they did do a whole presentation about Sunset Overdrive, discussing how the company had to transition from doing linear games like Ratchet Clank to their very first open world game with Sunset Overdrive, and that's a great talk and can easily be transitioned for Spider-Man as well. But I think if they want to actually showcase something in regards to what games they're currently working on, I would hope that they would discuss what their plans are with Spider-Man and what they're trying to do to try and make the game even better before it releases in 2018 this year. I'm just really excited. I'm so happy that they're actually going to GDC this year again. Hopefully I can go if I buy my ticket. If you guys are interested in GDC and you want to buy a ticket yourselves, or you just want to learn all the exhibitors that are going to be there, I'm going to leave the link to the GDC website in the description below so you can go check it out yourselves. Even if it's just something small, I'd be okay with that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully Insomniac will show something really interesting at GDC. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.